Think you're like, when you're thinking about a character, you're able to like remove yourself a little bit or see yourself in that character, maybe not remove yourself, but be like, there's something about them that I relate to. Um, I think about that a lot. Hello, my name is Jessica Westhafer, and currently I'm located in Brooklyn, New York. I am an oil painter, primarily a figurative oil painter, and I make work that hopefully like embodies what I think is the human spirit. A lot of the narratives are kind of derived from like my own biography and my own experiences, but I try to encapsulate like more universal human emotions into the work. So the paintings, they're a little bit funny and they're like a little bit sad. This is a hard question. So there's so many artists, and I feel like that changes, as years progress, like who you're looking at, who you're inspired by. But I think like some formative names for me initially was like de Kooning, like seeing excavation in person in Chicago in my undergrad. That surface and like all the details that were like hidden inside, like finding teeth in different sections at Hauser and Wirth with Tatsumi Kudo, and his sculptures just kind of like blew me away, and I've been thinking about those a lot and how they're kind of grotesque but they're beautiful, and there's this like lightness and darkness about the work that I want to strive for in my own practice. So those are just some names off the top of my head. Okay, I just watch way too much television and I listen to way too much music, and I think I've never actually grown up. Like those things were like really formative for me growing up in an area where there was nothing. And so a lot of the characters that I take from, just like in the newer painting, it's like based on a character from a movie or a television script. And then same with music. Sometimes like language will stick with me, like listening to Weezer. I love Weezer. And then I'm like, wait, how could I make that like one verse, which is so cool, into a painting or a narrative idea? So it's like taking those things and like transforming them into like my own visual language. Like I said, TV and music has been pretty like influential to me and my work, and I'm obsessed with 80s films. So the painting is called Truffle Shuffle, and it's based on the character Chunk from the movie The Goonies, like this one of my favorite 80s films. And he goes up to his best friend's house and he like shakes his belly a little bit, and it's like they're bullying him to let him into his best friend's house, and it's like so pathetic and mean and sad. And I'm like, but Chunk is actually the best character throughout the whole movie. He's just like the hero of the whole film for me. And so I was like, well, I want to kind of like take this character and embody like this heroicism and this like, I don't care what you think about me, he just is true to himself. And so I've kind of like put him into like a more like, happier pose. And yeah, he's doing the truffle shuffle.